What's up, everyone? This is Aliens from Gotta Be Legend and SuperComboGG, and today we have a special unboxing. We're gonna go ahead and unbox the Tekken 8 Nike Air Foamposite 1. This, of course, was released exclusively at EVO 2024 this year in Las Vegas. We were able to attend the event this year and secure a pair for retail. So shout out to Mark Julio, aka Markman23. Markman, thank you so much for everything. The Tekken project, of course, everyone involved, Harada, Michael Murray, Nakatsu, and of course Nike. The designer for this particular pair, right, of course the Foamposite was originally designed by Eric Avar, but this particular pair was designed by Juan Huerta. So shout out to you, Juan, for representing New York, of course. It's where he's from Queens, and he's also of Latin American descent, so big shout out to you. Thank you so much for putting all the effort into this shoe. And we're gonna go ahead and take a look at it. We're gonna go ahead and pop open this box right here. All right. Got my X-Acto knife. Make sure I don't cut myself. Just a minute. Right, because this shoe had to be shipped to me from Costa Rica, or at least from, where did this come from? This came from Lebanon, Indiana. So this had to be shipped from Lebanon, Indiana, all the way to Miami, and then to where I'm at right now in Costa Rica. So just be careful with this X-Acto knife. As you can see here, we have Juan Huerta talking about the shoe. We're gonna go over those little details in a bit. But let's go ahead and open this box. Okay, as you can see, there's the shoe. Pop this out. All right, and as you can see, the 1 cent logo, right? Air Foamposite, made famous by Anthony Penny Hardaway. Released in '97. He fell in love with the shoe when he saw it in a bag, and he asked, "What shoe is that?" And he had to have it. Originally, from my understanding, the Foamposite was meant to be for Scottie Pippen, right? But he wasn't feeling it, and luckily Penny saw them in a bag full of different prototypes and samples, and it caught his attention, and the rest is history, right? So we're gonna go ahead and get this sleeve, right? Because it is a sleeve. Let's get the sleeve out of the way. Okay. As you can see, we're gonna pull the sleeve out. Let's get the sleeve out. It wants to come out. Let's see what's going on. Let's just put this over here. You can see it yourself. There it is. Right, so this is a sleeve in which the box comes in. Let's put that over here. And this is the packaging that you see for the sneaker, right? So on the left you have Kazuya, and then on the right you have Jin, father and son. Some people can call it dark versus light, good versus evil, right? So this pair is based on Kazuya Mishima, right? This is the Kazuya Mishima pair. The Jin Kazama pair, from what I understand, is scheduled to come out later this year, around fall. Could be between September and October. So we're gonna go ahead and open this box out up here. We're gonna just be a little careful. We don't want the straps to break off. From my understanding, the straps do kind of break off, right? Because there are straps that hold the shoe in place. So if you happen to put it vertically, the straps are gonna break some of the art on the side. So I don't want to break it any further because it looks like it is about to rip. So I just want to be very careful with that. So we're gonna go ahead and grab the sneaker. Let's go ahead and get this out. This is the left shoe. Let's unstrap the right shoe. And as you can see here on the left, on this screen, this is a trailer where they show the actual characters in the game wearing the sneaker, right? And there's a bunch of advertising in the Times Square, right, stage, where they're going to go ahead and launch this particular stage, right, sometime in the fall when the actual white pair, right, the Jin Kazama pair will release. So that's expected to happen in the fall. All right, being that this pair did have to go through customs to get to me. They did untie it, right? Of course, this is expected. This is kind of normal when you're shipping something internationally. Of course, this shoe was only meant to be shipped to people within the US. However, since I live in Costa Rica, right, I do have a courier that I use, so I'm able to get things sent to the States and then sent to me afterwards. So we're gonna go ahead and grab the left shoe. And my first impression is, man, you know, you could definitely feel these ridges over here that are supposed to represent Kazuya's jacket, right? As you can see here, there are some scaling, right? There's some scales on the shoe, and that is supposed to represent Kazuya's jacket, right? Because the jacket he's wearing in Tekken 8, it has this sort of snake, crocodile, dragon scales on it. So the jacket is supposed, well, I'm sorry, the shoe is supposed to represent that, and it is sort of translucent, right? It does change, right? It goes from like purple to a blue, right? It does have that effect, as you can see here, right? We're gonna go ahead and get this a little closer for you so you can see a little better. And it does have that effect, as you can see. It is supposed to do that because the jacket does that in the game as well. On the bottom, it says fist. And here on the tongue, it has the Tekken 8 logo in orange red. On the insole, it has the G for G Corp. Let me see if I can take this out and show you. Let me pull out the shoe tree. This little cardboard piece here. I can go ahead and take this out and show you all. Okay, so this is the insole, just normal insole, but this is what you want to see. The G for G Corp, of course, that's Kazuya's corporation. And we're going to put that back in. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the other one. Let's grab the other one. This is the right shoe. Okay, same thing. And the inside, of course, the insole, it only has the 1 cent penny logo. Let's pull that out so we can show everyone. All right, so that's the 1 cent penny logo for everyone to see. And let's get this back in there. So as you saw, right, the little jewel on the previous tongue was about, it was like an orange red, right? The reason it's that way, it's because it's supposed to represent Kazuya's eye, right? Because if you know in the game, he has that eye. So it's supposed to represent his eye. And on the bottom of this shoe, it says fate. So you have fist and you have fate, right? Let's show it. So we have fist and we have fate. Now, what does this mean? Fist and fate is the slogan for the game, right? Where fist meets fate, or fist meets fate. Now, for those of you that played the game already, that represents Chapter 5. In Chapter 5, Jin has to face Leroy Smith, right? He has to go ahead and face him, Leroy, the master of Wing Chun, and he has to face him, right? And during that battle, he tells Jin that in order to go ahead and practically fulfill his destiny, right, or fulfill his fate, he needs to listen to his heart, or at least fight with his heart, because the fist is practically a mirror of yourself, right? So you can either fight with strength or you can fight with your heart. Now, what does this mean? In the game, the problem that Jin faces is that he has a fear. He still has fear in his heart with regards to his power, right? He has a fear of how powerful he can be or has been So that fear gets in the way of him being able to fulfill his destiny or fulfill his fate through his fists, right? So Leroy tells him that he needs to listen to his heart, right? In order to go ahead and shape his fate or his destiny as he sees fit, right? Because if he doesn't, right, he will follow his father's footsteps, right? His father Kazuya, which this shoe is based on, he fights with strength, right? Everything is about strength and showing power, right? There is no remorse, there's no feelings, it's just power. So that's where this comes from. That's where fist and that's where fate comes from, right? Let me just put this properly. That's where this comes from. Fist meets fate. So in the game, Jin has to learn that. He has to learn that in order to go ahead and fulfill his destiny or his fate as he sees fit, right? He needs to go ahead and unlock that, right? He needs to learn to fight with his heart, right? Not fight with his mind, not fight with strength, right? But follow his heart. And so during that battle in chapter 5, right, he learns that from Leroy, and Leroy tells him that, you know, yes, he's following that. He's able to attain that, right? He's able to unlock that potential in him. And later on in the game, you know, he ends up doing that. I don't want to spoil it for anyone that hasn't played it, but that's what this represents, right? Fist meets fate. That's chapter 5 in the game. For those of you that want to look it up, you can, but that's what this represents. So, as I was telling you before, this 8 is supposed to represent Kazuya's eye, right? Because Kazuya, as I'll show you in the box, it'll be a little easier to show you, he, right, has that red eye. So let me go ahead and at least show you this little poster right here. Let me see if I can get these two together so that it's a little easier for you all to see. So this is the inside of the box. As you can see here, I'll go ahead and zoom in, or at least get a little closer so you can see it better. All right, and if you close it, I'll be able to show you Kazuya's eye, right? That's Kazuya's eye. It's his left hand, so that's why on the shoe, the left shoe looks the way it looks. It looks like this, because it's supposed to represent his eye. Also, the lining on the shoe, it's supposed to represent the lining of his jacket, right? The jacket that Kazuya wears in the game. So it's a burgundy color. Let's see, what kind of fabric it is. It's not silk, of course, but it's just really, it feels more like the standard fabric, but it does have, you know, particular color in it that matches the insole, right? So it's really this same design as you see here, but obviously it's a different material, right? The G Corp logo. Same design really, but just a different sort of material feels. But that's supposed to be exactly the same as the lining on his jacket. If you didn't know, we have the lace tips. They are metal, as you can see here. I'll hit them together. They are metal lace tips. I'll show you on the camera. As you can see here. Okay, and then of course, the Nike check or the Nike check logo is metal as well. Okay, so as you see here, it is a translucent color, right? It does change depending on what angle you're holding it from, or wearing it on, or wearing it on your feet. Somebody sees it. This material right here that looks like, you know, crocodile skin or snake skin or dragon skin, from my understanding, it is 3M, right? It is reflective. Maybe we can demonstrate that right here. Let me see if I can. Let me grab my phone. See if I can demonstrate that for you. Let's see. It is supposed to be reflective. Just take a quick look. So, overall, what do I think of this sneaker? Okay, well, normally, of course, Foamposite, this overlay right here is usually suede, right, or nubuck, but this time it is leather. I like it. I think it's really nice. Of course, you got the 1 cent logo on the back on both of the sneakers. Both of them have the 1 cent logo, as you can see here. And yeah, the carbon fiber, you know, normally of course it is checkered, right? But this time it is smooth. It just, yeah, it goes well, I think. I think it's a really nice sneaker. I think Juan did a great job. Of course, I'll leave the video in the description for you to watch when they went ahead and revealed it at Evo, and he also had Q&A where he discussed all of these things about the sneaker. He was a big Tekken fan himself when he grew up, and I think the fact that he was able to work on this sneaker is really cool, that he was given that opportunity. So, you know, shout out to him, man. He did a great job, man. For real, like, this is a really nice sneaker, man. And yeah, I think the sneaker is going to be sought after by a lot of people. I think it's a really dope sneaker. I mean, you may not like Tekken. If you don't, then it's okay. I happen to like Tekken. I happen to be a fan of the game as well. Of course, we are involved in, you know, the fighting game community with our website, SuperComboGG. If you haven't checked it out, go ahead and check it out. But yeah, I think even if you're not a Tekken fan, like, this is just a really cool sneaker. And hopefully they'll go ahead and have a wider release. From what I understand, it is expected later this year, during the fall, around the time when the Jin Kazama shoe comes out. It's supposed to be a white pair. Probably going to show it over here in a little bit. But yeah, this is a really dope sneaker. Really dope sneaker. They have the lightning, of course. Just remember, they have the lightning on the bottom. Right, all the lightning. And yeah, I think it's really cool. I think it's really cool. Where fist meets fate, yeah, I think they did a great job, honestly. And of course, that's the slogan of the game. That's the slogan for Tekken 8. And yeah, they knocked it out of the park, I think. Packaging is awesome. The fact that they released it exclusively at Evo, I think, is really cool. You know, they went ahead and did something for the fighting game community. I think that was really dope. So, you know, Mark, if that was your idea or you had some input on that, that was awesome. I saw that Michael Murray had discussed that, so if that was your idea, that's awesome too, man. Like, you guys are great, man. That was a great idea. Thank you so much to Mark, man. Thank you so much to, of course, Harada. Thank you so much to Michael Murray, right? Thank you so much to the whole Tekken team, really, right? You guys were incredible. Juan Huerta, you did a great job, man. Best of luck to you in the future. Hope, you know, you get to work on more video games, fighting game sneakers, really. And hopefully we'll get to see more releases like that, you know, like this at Evo in the future. But yeah, I think overall, if I had to grade this sneaker, right, with the packaging, of course, as you see, I think, yeah, I would give this a 10, honestly. You know, just the detail, man. The effort put into the shoe, the way it opens up. Of course, you have the Tekken 8 on the side. As you see, the Tekken 8 is there. Tekken 8. Yeah, I think it's awesome. I think it's a really dope shoe, and if you get a chance to get them, get them. Overall, yeah, the shoe, it's really nice. Packaging is amazing. Really well thought. Yeah, I would say this is a 10 out of 10 shoe, honestly. Really cool shoe. If you're a fan of Tekken, if you're a fan of fighting games, this is for you, man, honestly. The Tekken 8, yeah, I think, you know, if you're a fan of fighting games, if you're a fan of Tekken, if you're a fan of sneakers, this is for you. This is for you. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Tekken 8 Kazuya Mishima, Nike Air Foamposite 1. Peace.